Yo, what's good, everybody? It's One Pog here with the One Pog Book Club, where we like to share, promote, and advocate a love of reading, literacy, and books. Looking at stats the other day about reading comprehension in the U.S., and they're pretty bad. It said that 50% of U.S. adults can read at an eighth grade level, and 10% can only read at a third grade level, and that's pretty crazy because I'm pretty sure in third grade I was reading like Dr. Seuss books, and if that's the level of reading comprehension you have as an adult, I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's like ignorant. And an eighth grade reading level is like a Goosebumps novel or something, It's like, what the hell? How did I just can't. I mean, I can understand how he came to this because I mean, for obvious reasons, reading is empowering and there's health benefits and reading comprehension, and just the amount of data and knowledge that books contain is, priceless. And so if you're able to take that away from people and not have an appreciation for it, it's just like, yeah, it's not doing anything good for society. And it's like the prince, like the ones in control and who have power, probably would prefer it that way, because it enables them to, stay in power. And especially this day and age with Silicon Valley conglomerate, multinational, trillion-billion-dollar corporations who control uh, the access to information and data out there. They can scrub the internet of information and knowledge that they don't want people to have access to. And when you have that kind of power, it's just you're controlling the perception of humanity, and it's basically mind control and brainwashing. And it's kind of dangerous for us, and I think it creates like a NPC mentality. But with books, it's like, and what they do with the internet, in the internet, social media, brain rot, endless scrolling, keeping you addicted to things that are not beneficial and are unhealthy. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't think anybody likes it. And it's like modern day book burning, what they do with the internet. But with books, they've always been around, and if they hit the kill switch on the internet and turned it off, we would still have books. And if the power went out, we could still, we could read by candlelight. And what are they going to do, burn all the books? I don't think anybody would agree with that. Banning books, I don't think anybody agrees with that. So anyways, yeah, I started this channel just to, because I read a lot, and I just want to put the books out there that I read and recommend them to people, and maybe, yeah, just share the books I read and recommend them to people who might want to read more, get into reading, and etc. So anyways, today, talking about the Prince, Niccolo Machiavelli. A lot of people probably know this book. It's a classic. It's was written in the 1500s. It's still studied and talked about today because it's relevant, because you could still apply what the knowledge in this book to modern day. And it's kind of controversial because it's like, what's it say? It says, the ends justify the means. And it's just it talks about how to control a state or a country, how to control people, how to have leadership, how to gain power, how to keep it, how to acquire you know, power over people basically by any means. Um, so yeah, and like I said, a lot of people probably know this book. I first heard about it back in the day when Tupac died, and he released the 7 Day Theory under the alias of Machiavelli. So that's the first time I ever heard of that, or heard of the Prince. And if you look up Tupac's reading list, he was a smart dude, and there's a book list, or a list of books that he read, and this is on it. And also, if you look at Nipsey Hussle started a book club, and this book is on it, with a lot of other good books. So if you're familiar with rap, hip hop culture, you probably have heard this book. But yeah, I would recommend it for sure. It's kind of the historical context that's written in is kind of mundane, but the jewels of information and knowledge that he drops in here, is that Machiavelli drops in here. It's worth the read, and excuse me, it's worth the read. And if you take it in the context of, it will give you insight about, you're able to read it and get the knowledge out of it and be like, oh yeah, that's happening today. I still see that happening. And so you're just able to get a better understanding of like politics, current affairs, and yeah, just basically what's going on. And also, when you take it on the context of a prince, everyone, the saying is, everybody's like a king. Every man or every person is a kingdom unto itself. So if you take it in the context of that, and self-development, and how to improve yourself, and how to get what you want, and how to how to apply it to yourself in your own life, it could help you develop just yourself even though it's controversial, I think the benefits, if you applied some of what is in this book to yourself in your own life, you would be better off for it for sure. And there's a lot of he talks about deception and how to use people, and how to like take advantage of situations. And like I said, it would just help you if someone is using these Machiavellian tactics against you. Once you're aware of them, you're able to guard against them, and see them for what it is, and not allow people to mislead you. And hopefully you don't take what's in here to mislead and use other people. But I mean, it's there if you want. It just depends on what you want to do with the information that you get out of it. But definitely worth a read. Like I said, it's pretty slow, mundane. It's a slog reading through the historical stuff, because that's how he puts it in context for the reader. But still relevant today. Still definitely applies to today. That's why it's a timeless classic. And yeah, for sure, if you have a chance to read it. I mean, this copy was like $10 on Amazon. Like I said, it's not a very long book. And you can listen to, if you're into the whole audiobook thing, you can listen to it on YouTube. You can do the audiobook, you can do the free PDFs online. This book is very accessible, but for me, I just bought it off Amazon and put it on my shelf. And it doesn't take that long to read, and it's definitely worth it for sure. So if you've read it or whatever, yeah, let me know in the comments. And I just started this channel, so if all the same bullshit, like, subscribe, comment, and I plan on uploading, every week frequently with different books to share, different genres, and yeah, that's basically what it is. So anyways, yeah, thank you for watching, and if you can, yeah, read this book, listen to it on YouTube. Definitely will benefit you for sure. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you on the next upload.